Welcome to the Windows Special Interest Group, or WinSIG, for CFCs and for STUG. That's the Central Florida Computer Society and the Sarasota Technology User Group. We meet every month on the second Sunday of the month. My name is Huey Poplock. I'm your host, and this is the January 11th, 2025 edition. We've been doing this for close to 30 years, and a lot of them are posted on the CFCs YouTube website. I want to show you, I made a few changes in the WinSIG website, which I would like to share with you first. This is the website, huey.net, and where you want to go is to WinSIG. When you go there, you're only going to see this month's information. That's because the software I use to build the website will only hold 6 months of items and videos. So I had to create a new page. So if you come down here to the archive, if you want to look up anything from July to December 2024, they're here. So here's last month's recording and the month before and so on. And going back to the WinSIG page, you'll see archives. I've got all of 24 and all of 23 and all of 22 and all of 21. Anything further than that, I have deleted because I don't have a lot of storage on this website as well. And when you go back that far, a lot of the things are out of date anyway. So these are the items we're going to cover today. And let me go ahead and make this, bigger. And let's see, there we go. So what we do is we cover each of these items. So if we don't cover something that we don't get to, you can click on this and you will get to that particular item. So let's go ahead and start with 8 reasons you should be using PowerToys. Let's go ahead and full screen. Let's see, can I do that? Full screen mode. There we go. Well, that's not what I wanted. So we'll go back. All right. Let's see if I can close this ad out. And I don't know what this view. Let's see. This is an ad as well. I probably should remove ads. And that, and then everything goes away. Okay. Let's stop that. Come back up. And we're going to just open it. And then we'll do this. 8 reasons you should be using PowerToys on your Windows PC. If you're not familiar with PowerToys, we've used them and shown several of them over the last few years here on the WinSIG. But it's a suite of tools for Windows 11 and also Windows 10. And it's aimed at power users of all kinds. It provides users with all kinds of tools to level up their productivity and make things easier and faster overall. This author has been using PowerToys pretty much on every Windows PC that comes by his desk. It's open source and it's made by the community, backed by Microsoft. Before we get into the specific features of PowerToys, it's worth highlighting how PowerToys is set up to continue being supported for a long time. It's actually a Microsoft project, so you can rest assured it will continue to be supported in Windows without issues. There's a big synergy between Windows itself and what PowerToys offers. Despite that, PowerToys is actually open source. The entire suite is on GitHub, and the community can contribute feedback in their own development efforts. A lot of the tools added to PowerToys are provided by community members who want to bring certain kinds of features to Windows. In PowerToys, and it should be toys, Windows itself, you can often find information about the original developer and specific feature. I'm looking in my drawer here for a cough drop, so give me a moment. So if you're a fan of community development software, PowerToys is great. And 5 reasons you should try using them. Make your keyboard work better for you so you can remap keys. I don't do that. I don't know any. You're gonna want to be a power user to want to do that. Find your mouse more easily. Tired of looking for your cursor? Well, working with a large desktop monitor, losing sight of my mouse has become far too frequent. And so there's some mouse utility tools, and one of them is called Find My Mouse. Back down here. And that's the one we were doing, and it wants to keep jumping up on me here. Working across devices, one mouse, multiple PCs. Have you ever been working on multiple PCs at the same time and wish you could use the same mouse and keyboard for all of them? That's where Mouse Without Borders tool in PowerToys comes into play. This tool lets you link up your up to 4 Windows PCs with a security key and make it so that your mouse seamlessly moves from one PC to the other. You know, I didn't know that. I may try that. But you can also get a KVM switch, which keyboard, video, and mouse is what KVM stands for. And it keeps jumping up on me here. 4, make image resizing easy. They have an image resizer in PowerToys. I happen to use one I've used for years that I paid for probably 10 or 15 years ago. And but theirs is pretty good as well. Avoid Zoom mishaps. Mute yourself instantly for all apps. With the rise of remote and hybrid work, we're all a bit prone to making mistakes in online meetings, especially with how many apps we can be forced to learn between Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and others. It's probably happened to a few people to forget how to mute or turn off your video. Plus, if you're multitasking, you may not have the immediate access to the app window to turn off your camera before your child bursts into the room unannounced. So it's the video conference mute. And then you can boost your productivity on large monitors with fancy zones. And you can launch your apps instantly. The PowerToys Run is much better than Windows Search. So let's see, is there a link to PowerToys? PowerToys 7 Mesh, let's see, go premium now. See if we can find a link to PowerToys. Right here. If you click that, it will take you to the ultimate guide to using PowerToys. And it goes into what is it? And let's make this bigger. And then how to download them. And then the basics of using it. And shortcut panel, so you can have a panel just for your PowerToys. PowerToys modules. And then you can also have them always on top. And so on. So there's a lot of choices you can do with it. And it's worth taking some time to take a look at it. Let's go ahead and let's see. Come back here. And I'm going to stop the share for a moment. I know Steve Parker is a big user of PowerToys. Any comments? And anyone else, any comments about it? Raise your hand. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, the best one I've found is the Windows key and the Shift key and the T. So if you remember Win Shift T, that's pretty much all you need to remember from PowerToys. That one allows you to select text that you can't click, and it will take that and OCR it into text and put it into your clipboard. So if you see some text that you want to get, like an error message or something like that, and it won't let you highlight the text, if you use the Win-Shift-T from PowerToys, it'll let you select it, turn it into text, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
That's if you've already installed PowerToys, correct?
Yeah, but you don't have to have it running all the time. I only turn PowerToys on when I need that particular one, and then I turn it off when I don't need it.
Okay, well, you have your hand up.
Yeah, in fact, I used it yesterday to change the file names. You can change any particular part of a group of file names. Just select the ones you want or use the whole folder and pick the pieces you want to change and tell it what you want to change it to. It gives you a preview before it actually changes anything, and it's fairly easy to use. It even has a clipboard feature in it, so if you've made one change, say 2 or 3 times ago, that change is still in there that you can use from a drop down to select it.
Okay, and when you make a change to to file names, can you do several at one time?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did I
the
selected the ones I wanted, regular, either control to pick them all or click the first one and shift to click the next group.
yeah, the good thing about that is you don't have to have PowerToys in memory in order to use it.
Right, and you
Like
you can
like
click
you
in a
do with
folder
the
and
Shift
you
T
can click in
one.
a folder and choose it. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it works well, that one too. And the resize one for images as well that they've got. You can have it in Explore in the right context menu so that you don't have to have it loaded in order to run it.
Yeah, and PowerToys, as I said earlier, runs on both Windows 10 and 11. So for those of you who might want to take a look at it and try it, you can do so. All right, let's go back to, let's see here. Share. Okay, 6 clipboard managers for Windows that will change your work. And wait, what? Windows Clipboard? We've talked about Windows Clipboard here. That if you click on something and then you've built up a couple of different captures, and then go to Windows and the V, it will give you a list of those that you have copied in this session. If you reboot, it clears it. And I was using it quite regularly because I was having problems on my computer with the program I had been using for years. And we're going to talk about that because I've gone back to it and it seems to be working fine since I've gotten my computer fixed. There's another one called Clip Diary. I've not used it. Ditto. Rs Clip, Clipboard Fusion, and one they recommended was Clip, and I was using that for a while, but it just didn't do some of the things that I wanted to use. So that's one you might want to try as well as some of the others. Now let me go back. Let's see. I want to go back here. Come on. We'll go here. Okay, and then I have Clipmate, the Clipboard Extender. Now I did a video on Clipmate back, I believe it was 2017, and I'm going to play that for you. It's only a few minutes long, and then I'm going to show you the page. You can now download it, and you don't have to pay for it. They're no longer supporting it. They haven't updated it, I think, since 2017, but it works fine. I'm running it on my machine right now, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So let's go to Clipmate. I've been using Clipmate for years and years. It's an extender for your clipboard. And if you recall, in Windows, when you copy something, it actually goes to a clipboard. When you paste it, you can paste it 2 or 3 times, but if you copy something else, it goes away and the new item takes its place. With Clipmate, it extends that ability. And let me talk about Clipmate. First of all, it hasn't been updated, or this version hasn't been updated since 2013. Still works fine for me. There's two versions. There's one license for one user. I think there's one for 3 and maybe 5 users. So maybe there's 3 versions of it. 3 ways to purchase it. I have it for 5 computers because I use it on all my computers, all my Windows computers. And I think I've been using it since 2008 or even earlier than that. Clipmate saves time and makes you more productive by adding clipboard functions that the Windows clipboard leaves out, such as holding thousands of clips instead of just one at a time. Clipmate has functions to combine, edit, manage your clipboard data. It can also print, reformat, and even spell check. It also has a multi-monitor screen capture, and it has features for sharing clips among multiple PCs. Now, I don't do a lot of this, but I do use it enough to make sure that it's on all my computers, and it saves me a lot of time. So let's take a look at Clipmate. One, it saves time. It makes you more productive. It holds thousands of clips. Okay, it's a 22-minute video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I did want you to at least see that video is out there. One thing has changed, of course, is the fact that you can have multiple clips with the latest version of the Windows version. But with Clipmate, you can do a lot more. So let me share my screen just for a moment, and I'm going to bring over my Clipmate and show you a few things. Screen 1, share, minimize this, and bring over my Clipmate. I can't make it any bigger, I'm sorry. But what I can do is right now it is in what they call the, there's 2 different views, and I got to remember where I can change that. There's several things you can do here, but I wanted to get the list. Anyway, there we go. And I can move this down. You will see that all of the clips that I've done the last couple of days are all here. And so I can go back to any one of them and click on it. And then go ahead and open up my browser and tell it control, well, I'll just do it this way. Paste. And it's that one, which was way down in my list, and then click on it. So that's what you can do with it. Let's go ahead and close this up. Come back here. And where'd it go now? Okay. Right here. Let's minimize this, make it not so busy here. So you can see you can do several things, but one of the things I really like about it, number one, is if you've got something that's in paragraph form, if you want to strip out and remove any line breaks and make it just one paragraph, you can do it with just the one button. You can have lists. So you can append several. So I can click this on and then do several clips and then stop it, and they will be how many ever items are there. So I can go to several websites and collect them, and then when I'm done with it, I can then go to a Word document and paste them in, and they'll all be listed there without having to do it one at a time. So there's quite a few things you can do with this. As I say, under View, you can switch to the latest collection. In other words, you can save these collections as well and go back. What you want to be careful if you do that is if you're capturing like a password, you want to make sure you want to delete it, and you can delete from this as well. Let's see, under Edit, you can capture special. Let's see what that includes. Doesn't show. Okay, screen capture. You can do screen captures, monitor 1, monitor 2, the current screen, the desktop. You can do a case conversion. If you've got something in that clip that you did, you can make it all lowercase, all uppercase, a mixed case, which every word has a capital at the beginning. You can have it in sentence case, or you can invert the case. If you left that caps lock on and you got a whole paragraph, you want to change it, just highlight the paragraph, click this, and it will change it to what it should be. You can clean up text, shift left and right, remove line breaks. So there's lots of things that you can do within this tool. And as I said, it's free. So let's figure out, let's go back to here and go to the website. And let's make that bigger. And what you'll notice when you go to that link, which is where you can download it, and it talks about it, read more about Clipmate 7 and so on, but it is free now. See if I can highlight that. There we go. As far as it goes, we hope you continue to enjoy it until it just won't run anymore. You can use any of our free keys to unlock the trial version. It should run, but the clip bar won't work. But because Windows 11 doesn't support such toolbar add-ins for your safety. So Clipmate 7.5 runs just fine. And let's see, it shows us somewhere where those passwords are free keys. If you click that, that's a link. If you click that, it will show you if you lost your key or don't have one, there they are right there. Here's the name you put in and the key. And so, in other words, they're giving you free access to the program without having to pay for it. I bought it many years ago, and I'm still using the key that I can still use the key that I purchased. But so you can download it here. And what you want is the desktop English and download it. Of course, this is Windows only. Those of you who are on Macs, I'm sorry, but this is a great program. As I say, I've been using it since at least 2013, probably a lot longer. So let's go ahead and close that and come back to WinSIG. And on that, let me stop the share and see if there are any comments. Mike?
I've been using Clipmate also, I guess at your recommendation many years ago. And what I like about it is that in organizing your clips, essentially what you showed was the layout where they were just sequential in reverse chronological order from the time that you actually saved it. But you can sort it in different ways. So you can sort it alphabetically. You can give it a number, you can give it a date, you can do a number of things. But even better is you can then categorize your clips. So if you're keeping links to websites and you want those links to be technical websites, medical websites, research websites, car websites, you name it, the kinds of things that you do. Yeah, you can do that in bookmarks too, but you can also do it in Clipmate. So when you copy it to the clipboard, you can then drag and drop it. And then they also have a safe folder, which doesn't automatically roll over and delete your clips. And then they have the ability to encrypt a folder in Clipmate, something that I didn't realize until some recent times. So you can actually put sensitive information into your Clipmate, including passwords, and then lock it. So if you had your driver's license, your social security number, whatever you've got that's sensitive information, and you can encrypt it and encrypt the folder. And of course, keep the password handy because you're never going to be able to get to it if you try to unencrypt it. So very, very good. And the fact that they're making it free now is amazing. So worth.
Yeah, he's not supporting it. And actually, Thornsmith is the name of the company. And they're located in Spencerport, New York, which was right next to Brockport, New York, where I lived before I came down here. So where my parents lived, where I went to high school. So it's right in my neighborhood. I always had a soft spot for it because of that too. Steve Hall, you have your hand up.
Yeah, you've convinced me. It looks like something I need to have on my computer, but as I looked it up to download, it does say it's free, but you do need to use the free keys to convert it. And then right below that, it has professional clipboard. Apparently there is a professional version. It says download Clipmate pricing and ordering. So what's the story? Is there?
I think it's the same one now. If you download it, you'll get the one you need.
Okay.
Steve Parker, you have your hand up.
Yeah, can it remove periods in selected text in file names?
There's a way that it will make it all one sentence. I believe it does.
Yeah, because a lot of the time when you get files, they've got periods in them if they've been on a Linux board. And I want to try and get rid of the periods because it makes sorting the names awkward, because then the ones with dots show up but above the ones without, makes a mess. So if it could remove dots, yeah, just that alone makes it definitely worth loading up.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
File renammer can do that.
Say that again.
The PowerToys file renammer we talked about a minute ago
Yep.
would remove the dots.
Oh, okay.
One of the options is to change just the file name, or to change the file name plus extension, or to change just the extension.
And you can select the text within the file name to change just the area you want?
Yep.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I missed that one then.
That's why we're here. Paid for coming to this meeting today.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try something, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's something I discovered this week, and I don't know how it works and whether it works all the time or not. So let me share my screen again, and let's see, which one do I want here? This one. Well, no, that's not what I want. Like that, share, and then Alt Tab again. I guess I closed it. All right. So let's go ahead and nuts. Where to go? There it is. I guess I closed it. Okay. And something else that doesn't happen in the built-in Clipper in Windows is, even if you close the program, even if you reboot, they'll all stay. And as Mike said, you can save them and you can make it so they automatically, when they get to a certain point, it creates a file and saves them. But what I wanted to show you is I'm on my phone right now, and we're going to come here, and I am going to now highlight something on my phone. And I'm going to, let's see, copy it. So I'm on my phone and I just copied something. I highlighted and copied something on my phone, and there it is. So if we open up text, start a new one, and say Control V, there's what I just copied from my phone. So that's something I had not known that it could do. And I'm not sure if it's because I've got the program called Phone Line. What's it? Phone something.
Link.
Phone Link. I'm not sure if it's because I've got it that connects the two, or I'm doing it through the internet, because they're both on the same network. So I'm not sure what, and I'm going to have to look into that, but I only noticed that a day or two ago, that when I clicked on something, I have it so it makes a sound whenever I clip, and I heard it I copied something on my phone, and bingo, I heard the clip noise on desktop, and I took a look, and yep, sure enough, there it is. So interesting way of doing it. Okay, let's go back to our. So that's it for ClipMate, the Windows Clipboard Extender, and then where you can download it from. Now let's go to the next item here, and that's Copilot expands beyond PCs and phones. Let's see, let's go ahead. Instead of doing it that way, we want to go here. And Microsoft Copilot, and we want to do this. There we go. It might be too early to pass a verdict on whether Microsoft's Copilot is a success or a failure, but the software giant is leaving no stone unturned to get more people to use it to gain mindshare. We saw this in action when the company announced the rebranding of Microsoft 365 to Microsoft 365 Copilot, featuring the Copilot logo. Microsoft has also shown interest in partnering with other companies to increase the reach of its Copilot AI assistant. Two major tech companies, LG and Samsung, have already come aboard to include the AI tool. And so it's soon going to be on smart displays and on TVs, which will be interesting. So this is a good article to go ahead and keep notice and watch for. Now, why do I use Copilot? Well, one of the reasons I use Copilot is when I want to ask questions about Microsoft products. Since it's a Microsoft product, I'm hoping I'm going to get the best answer. Not always true, but I certainly do try to use it first when it's a Microsoft item. Walter, your hand is up.
Yeah, to back up just a second to the clip thing, the clipboard that comes with Microsoft or with Windows says Windows Clipboard can even sync devices across the same Microsoft account. And if you use a SwiftKey keyboard on your phone, it will sync to that also. And you can also, if you save something in the clipboard, it will be there and the next time you reboot. So there's some other features in the regular one that comes with Windows. So that could be why you were able to copy it from your phone.
Yep.
The phone link software has a feature for sharing clipboard data between the phone and the computer.
Okay, that could be why it's showing up as well. Any other comments? Comments about Copilot? Anybody using Copilot? Any had good results or bad results?
Some of the search that I've done with Google's Gemini, Google's corporate policy has prevented Google from answering. Even I did some elementary questions about the Constitution, so there was no political implications at all. I just wanted to know some answers as to what was in a particular article. And Google said that because of elections and politics and all the rest that they couldn't answer. But Copilot came up and did in fact explain that particular article of the Constitution to me.
Yes, I frequently use all 4 of the AI chatbots. I use Perplexity, Claude, Copilot, and Gemini. And I know some people also use the Meta, the Facebook company's version of their chatbot. And sometimes the answers are very close. Sometimes they're way different. And sometimes one is right and one is wrong. So it pays to check a couple of sources if you're looking up something, unless you're sure that what the answer is what you were looking for. Di, you have your hand up.
Yes. Back to ClipMate again. I put it in the chat box, but does it, maybe I missed it. Does it work with your Windows clipboard or are they separate?
It takes its place. So whenever you do a copy, it copies into the ClipMate instead of your clipboard.
Okay, so if I download it, I'll use it instead of my clipboard. Okay.
That's correct.
And yeah, I use Copilot. I have Windows 10, which I'm on now, but I have a Windows 11 right here to my right, and I've had it for over a year. And I just wanted to say I'm I'm learning about it little by little. And I do use Copilot on that. And a question came up in one of my clubs, members, and wanted to know if Dropbox was still free, because they had had a box pop up that was asking them to purchase it. So I just asked Dropbox that. Whether it answered me right, I don't know, but it said yes, there was still a free plan.
Yeah, you get very limited space, but you do have free.
It says 2 gigs, so I don't know. I still use it, but I couldn't tell whether it was free or not, or it was going to charge me.
No, way back when it was first starting, they offered you, if you got other people to sign up, I think it was, you could get extra storage. So I think I'm up to around 6 gigabytes, and I don't pay for it. But I don't think they have that feature anymore. But I'm able to use it. I use it for for a couple of things, to have using all of my devices.
Yeah, I could put something on Dropbox, then I can pull it up on my other computer. Or I use it as a temporary backup. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I also use a program called Simple Note. And Simple Note is a text program. And let me, Joe, I'll come right back to you, but let me go ahead and share my screen here again. And this, I think I've talked about it before, and it's not on my list today. But let's go ahead and let's see, let's minimize this. And I'm going to close that. So I open up Simple Note, and I have a whole bunch of things that I've saved. And I have this on my phone, and I have it on older versions of Windows, and I had it on my Chromebook as well. And I can just leave a note by hitting the plus or a new note, putting something in it. I don't have to save anything or anything else. If I close it and then I reopen it, it's there. And if I do that same thing on my phone, let's go ahead and go to my phone here. And go to my phone. Okay, I gotta unlock it. It's right here. Okay, and then we'll come back here. I want to go to the home page. Nope, that's not the home I wanted. There we go. And I go to Simple Note, which is right here, and I open it. And what do I see at the top? Hello all. So, and that's a free, it's a free program called Simple.
That simple as one, well, similar to OneNote, right?
Yeah, but it allows me to save them all in one list.
Yeah.
And so things that I use often and on several different computers, like the CFCs mail groups, I know that this is what we were using. Now we've changed it. And so it's right there. So all I have to do, instead of having to go search, and I might not find it all the time, so I can just copy it and then paste it into the email that I want. And so there's several other things. And I keep phone numbers and some other things. And I've got to go in, as you can see, I got a lot of notes there. I've got to go in and and clean it up, because I haven't in quite a long time. But you can, let's see, there's some settings. I'm not sure if you can do, I think there's a search as well. All notes, and you can have them in different ways. Let's see here, publish, collaborate. Thought there was a way in which you, yeah, right here, search. And so I could say CFCs and then hit enter. And I didn't even have to hit enter. And there's all the links that carry all of the notes that I have in Simple Note that have CFCs in it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, because my phone, I don't want to have to pay for OneNote on my phone either. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and let me stop the share. And okay, Joe, you have your hand up.
Yeah, you were talking about having the multiple AIs. and using them. One thing I found is if there's a piece of information that you get and it's kind of like one of those things that seems like it's too good to be true, or it seems a little crazy and zany, what you can do is go to your AI, check it out, see what AI said. I did it for there was an old song from the 1950s, and John Wayne, of all people, was involved at the point at which that tune came into being. And I'd heard that story, but I didn't remember all the details. So I went to Gemini, asked Gemini, and Gemini gave me a story, but it didn't sound familiar. So I went to Claude, and then I went to Perplexity, and they came up with the correct story on Wayne and how he was involved in the creation of the song. So if you have something that you find questionable, ask at least two, if not three, AIs the same exact question. And if the stories match up, I mean, what's the likelihood that they're all going to hallucinate exactly the same? You know, so it's probably going to be correct. Just want to throw that out there.
Very good. And speaking of AI, you know, I have a group that it's called Let's Talk AI, and it's usually the fourth Friday of the month. Because of some health reasons, I'm not doing something next week, but I am on that date, and so I'm going to have it the week before, the third Friday this month, and I will send out my newsletter for AI, for the AI group within a couple of days. So if you're not on that list, if you haven't been receiving my newsletter, send me another email. There were 2 or 3 people that sent me emails and they got buried in the list, and I can't find them again because they didn't say what lists they wanted to be on, or they didn't mention it exact, and I couldn't do a search to find them. So if you would put your name in and send it again. If you're already there, I don't have to add you again. I will double check. But
what's the name of the group again?
Let's Talk AI.
Okay.
And it's a 1-hour discussion group where we talk about things. Sometimes I demonstrate, sometimes other people have comments and so on. It's a discussion group, not a training, but we end up training each other anyway. Steve Parker, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with Joe as well. So you need a third one if those 2 that you do are different. It's like, okay, so which one is hallucinating? You need a third one to verify which one is the right one and which one isn't. The one thing I wanted to ask about the simple note, will it work with an iPhone?
I believe it does. I think there's an iPhone version.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know.
It's what
I don't know because I don't have an iPhone. Well, it's on
Yes.
my iPad. It's on my
Yes.
iPad. So yeah, should work on iPhone.
I just downloaded it, but it comes up second after Evernote, and Evernote is charged.
Okay, because what I've been using, I found a lot easier and simpler was Google Keep, and I can bring that up on an iPhone or anything else.
Yeah. But this is all text. It's just so simple to just bring it up, put something in it. You don't even have to save it, and it's there for all
Yeah.
of my
Yeah, that's what
items.
Google Keep does too.
So
Yeah.
I have found that it's really easy for me to save something on my phone and then open it in as a note or copy and paste it from my PC into a Word document or something else. And I'm not sure if there's a Mac version. If anyone's looking at the website to see if you find that it does work on a Mac, I'm sure Kathleen would like to know.
Well, I know with Evernote, they changed it recently so that if you had it on more than one device, you had to pay for it. So that's when I started looking for another one that didn't. And Google Keep seemed to work even better than Evernote for what I was doing.
Yeah, I'm using Evernote, and I got 28,000 notes in it. So I'm not
it'd be
about
a
to
big
switch.
big job
Yeah.
switching
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't do it smoothly.
That's how they manage to get you with their subscription rates and all the rest of it too, because it's more of a hassle to switch to something else than it is to keep paying them for it.
Now, I did notice that someone, one of my favorites in AI, Matt Wolf, said he is no longer using Evernote. He's using something called, gosh, I got to remember what it is now. It's a reminder. It's a reminder, or it's a something. It's like a notebook. It's a notebook or renote. How do I find it? Let's hang on one second while I look at my let's see, let me go here. You look at YouTube and it should be recent because I just did a bunch of things looking for it. And then do this. So I'm on the wrong one here. So change channel. I know you can't see me, but I'm working in the background here. And let's see, worth it. Here it is. Remarkable paper. And let's go ahead and come back to Zoom and share and share. And it's called he switched to Remarkable, which is about Connect. You can use it without a subscription. It's not cheap. Okay, Remarkable support. I want to go to Remarkable itself. Whoops, no. It's actually like a tablet, but it's just for taking notes. And it connects to your computer, and you can move these things over to your computer. It's not cheap. The Remarkable 2 is like $3.99 or $4.99, and the Remarkable Paper Pro is, I think it's $6.99, and then there's a keyboard and extra points for your pen. So it's not a cheap change, but some people who were using Evernote are now using the Remarkable, and it's hardware, but you can type, you can actually get a keyboard for it. That's $2.99 on top of it. But it's just something else that's out there that I'm just making you aware of.
Did Ron or Bob do that one on a Tech for Senior Live thing?
No.
It looks like no.
No.
Okay. Looks like one I've seen before.
No, and it's not quite, you can't do a web page, but you can bring in a PDF, but you can't go to a web page and then capture it, that sort of thing. It's not that. It's something you actually write on or type on, but you can, and it doesn't take your written text and make it printable text. It makes it a graphic. So it's not the perfect thing, but some of you may have a use for it. And I just discovered it this week, and that some people who were using Evernote have switched to it. So it's a very expensive way. And because Evernote is what, $139 now a year, something like that, somewhere in that area. So if you have that capability with the Remarkable Pro, you're going to have to use it for several years to even break even. And that's if you want to pay. If you don't want to pay, then it's different. Okay. Any comments before I go on? How are we doing in time? We're good. Okay. And let's see, screen one, share. And we'll minimize this, come back here. And we're not too far down here. Pros and cons of never shutting off your Windows laptop. Let's just take a quick look at that. Five reasons you should or shouldn't always leave your laptop on. Reasons you should. Uninterrupted background tasks. Ideal for server-like functions, faster performance on startup, remote access benefits. The reasons you should not always use it, leave it on, is higher energy consumption, risk of overheating it, strain on the battery life. And I guess that's it. So read the article and decide for yourself what you want to do is for, let's see, whether you want to leave it on or not leave it on. I happen to leave my desktop on quite often. Let's see where to go here. Let's do this. Close some of these up. Go to WinSIG. And let's see. We are in 8 brilliant browser tab tricks for Windows power users. Web browsers are essential for everything from business productivity to social media and online shopping. While operating system level Windows PC productivity tricks are certainly helpful. So Windows tab trick 1, put a pin in it. So if you look up here and let's see, move this down. I've got a menu on top of it. So let me bring it down a little bit. And let's see how I put a pin in it. I right mouse click and pin. So then it makes it small and puts it over on the side. When I want it again, I just click over here. So I know it's always there. And that's probably what I should be doing here. So I'm just going to leave it there. But you can see that it made a small tab, but put it way at the beginning. So I don't lose it along the way with many other tabs. Windows tab trick 2, search your tabs. So let's see, it's easy to forget, but modern web browsers actually let you search through all tabs you have open at any given moment. In Chrome and other Chromium-based browsers, such as Edge and Brave, just press Control-Shift-A. Control-Shift-A. And what I got is open tabs here, and I can search the tabs. So let's just use the word Windows to see what comes up. And it shows me what tabs have the word Windows in them. Instead of having to click on each one, I got to get in the habit of doing that. Okay. Windows tab trick 3, turn a tab into an app. For many people, the best tip going beyond the simple browser and turning websites you frequently use into their own application window. This is an ideal option if you use something like Gmail for your email and want continuous access to it in a single click from your taskbar. So let's see what it says. First, open the page you want to turn to. And then in Chrome, click Menu, Cast, Save, and Share. So let's go to it. So we want to go to click the menu and then Cast. Cast, Save, and Share. And then install page as an app. Click that. And now if we look here, We should see it somewheres here. Should be, let's see, is this it? No, that's not it. I wonder where it stuck it. Or did it put it down here?
Is it creating a secure note?
I don't know. I think it creates a link.
Yeah.
It stuck it in a blank spot, or let's see.
There's one right in the middle there. Is that
one where?
right in the middle of the flower, down below where you are now?
Creating a secure. Let's see that. Nope, that's a video. It's Christmas time. Whoops. Now I got to stop that. And it's running on mine, but it's not running on yours, I don't think. But let me figure out how to shut it down now. Oh, come on. Well, I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Now I can stop it. Okay. All right, I'm back. Anyway, it's supposed to work, and I'm not sure exactly how. Steve Parker, your hands up before I go back.
Yeah, it said on there that Firefox couldn't create a tab as a desktop app. Well, I tend to disagree with that. I've been able to do it with my Gmail account and had that as an app on my desktop using Firefox. So it is actually possible. It's probably not just the same way as what they're claiming.
Okay, let's share and come back. Share. And okay, and then Windows trick 4, save across sessions. If you use a lot of browser tabs, you usually lose them whenever your browser closes, but you don't have to let that happen. With a quick bit of planning, you can tell your browser to remember, and I do this in Chrome. Click Menu, Settings, choose On Startup, and it tells you how to do it in Edge and Firefox and in Brave. But what I do is I come over here and go to let's see, settings. No, come on. Settings. And why is it not doing what I want it to do? Anyway, you go into settings and then you find where it says on startup on the left side of the page, and then select continue where you left off. Or you can also have it just do the current screen. So you can have it all set up the way you want it, save it to the current screen. Every time you open up Chrome, it will do that. It'll open to that series of tabs. And let's go back. Windows tab trick 5, go for grouping. You can also create tab groups, and you can bookmark windows as folders. And you can see in my bookmarks here, I've got one for STUG, I've got another one for Nexar, I've got another for searches. If I click that, it gives me a group. And same thing with Nexar, I've got a group. And so on. I think I got more. I got one for AI, you'll see. And when I do that, I got a huge one. And in that, I think I even have a group in that as well. So I like to group things in my bookmarks. Number 7 is reopen a closed tab. Yeah, Control Shift T. Okay, let's open up a window or two here. a new tab, and let's open up, let's see, maps. And we got it here, and then do another one here. Let's open up Blue Sky. And open up one more. Let's make it YouTube. Okay, so now I got all of these tabs, and gosh, I went ahead and whoops, I closed it. I want to get all those back. If you click on it and then do a Control Shift T, there's all the tabs I had open when I closed it. I think that saves me so many times, because I sometimes click and close instead of closing a tab. I end up closing all of the browser, and when I do, I end up bringing it back using Control Shift and T, and that'll bring it back. Comments, questions? Did I rattle anybody's brains on that? Murray, comment.
Going back a couple, but I'm just on when you're talking about Evernote. Basically, I switched to OneNote because basically OneNote's free and I can use it across a whole bunch of machines. Evernote, the free version, you're limited to 3 devices, and that wouldn't do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. But the problem is that I have so many notes in Evernote. For me to switch over, I would lose a lot of information and data.
I think there's a way of transferring it from Evernote to OneNote.
Yeah, but not as well, because it's not as complete. I still like Evernote. It works well. I like the clipboard, when I click it within a browser, it'll save that page either as a whole page, or it'll save it as
An article.
An article. Yeah.
The same way as it does in OneNote.
Yeah, and you can also do it paragraph by paragraph. And
yeah, you can. You can just select the region in OneNote too.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Put your hand down, Murray, please. Thank you. Any other comments, questions? All right, let's go back. And come back here. Oh, I like that tab over in the corner like that. All right, so we got to come to here because I got it so large, it's not showing me everything. So we come here and let's see. We're down to Google's year in search. I found this was an interesting article. I'm not going to go through it, the whole year for you, but it has certain things that Google search does. And let's see here. Let's do this. And so if you want to look at things on Google Maps, it will give you a whole list of things that people searched on during the year the most. Same with lifestyle and gaming. What did people search for? Olympic chocolate muffins. Okay. Mango pickle. Pal World, Infinite Craft. So these are things worldwide that people searched on, hum to search, and songs that you can hum, and that's what it would find. Or under Google Maps, explore what was trending in 2023. Well, let's look at Google Maps first here. These are some locations: Central Park, New York City. Was the biggest search about parks, and then here are some others. So something, if you want something to do to save some, to use up time, good thing to use. And let's see, you're in search. 5 Microsoft Word hacks. If you use Word, these are some things you probably didn't know. And some calendar hacks. Use live captions to better understand audio, and live captions. So live captions, whoops, something went wrong. Okay, let's try this one then. And let's see. I got so many things open here. I'm not sure what's going on here. There we go. And now we want to, there we go. Live captions helps everyone, including people who are deaf or hard of hearing, to better understand audio by providing automatic transcription. To make more content accessible to more people, Live Captions has now the ability to provide translation and will turn any audio that passes through your PC into a single English language caption experience. When using Copilot plus PC, Live Captions instantly translates any live or pre-recorded video in any app or video platform from 44 languages into English. So important, all processing of audio and generation of captions from detected voice data occurs on device. Audio, voice, data, and captions never leave your device and are not shared to the cloud or with Microsoft. And so you might want to take a look at that article if Live Captions something you're interested in. It tells you how to get to it. And what I noticed, and we're getting close to the time, so we'll stop the share and see if there's any more articles. What I did notice, a lot of the TVs that were introduced at CES have AI capabilities, and one of them is that no matter what the movie language is, it'll translate the captions to English or to whatever language you want. So you can watch a foreign movie that isn't in English and doesn't have English captions. You're going to be able to watch that movie with English captions on your TV because the TV is doing the translation. Okay, any comments, questions? Anybody learned anything today? Nobody.
I'll just add in a comment. I know it's a Windows SIG, but you heard me say at the beginning, I've switched to Linux. So I very much liked the Clip book, if you will, or ClipMate applications in Windows. And there are several that are available across Linux distributions that are very nice and very similar. Not with all the features, but it does give you the ability to recall what you put on your clipboard 20, 30, 40, whatever, 50 pastes or copies later.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Anyone else with a comment? Anything that you learned that you think will be valuable to you? Stephen, did you learn anything today? No, you might have stepped away. All right. I've got about 5 more minutes. Let's go back to I got a few items we haven't covered. So let's go ahead and we'll close this. Close this. And let's see, the Microsoft Word, probably more of you use Microsoft Word. Let me do this differently. Microsoft Word and this and this. Microsoft Word hacks you probably didn't know. Quick links. Even as Microsoft Word as a power user, I'm always stumbling upon different ways to speed up my workflow. So sort lists into order. You might think that only Excel can sort your data in alphabetical or numerical or chronological order. However, Microsoft Word offers similar effective tools for sorting words, numbers, and dates. To sort a list, a straightforward list of words, numbers, or dates that are presented in separate paragraphs or bullet points and not in a table. Where'd that go? And not in a table, select the data and click the sort icon in the paragraph group in the Home tab. Usually Microsoft Word can sort dates even if they're written in different formats, month, day, year, or month, day, and year in different formats. The first drop-down box, you choose paragraphs, and in the second, tell whether you're sorting text, numbers, or dates, and finally decide whether you want the data sorted in ascending or descending order. The items in the list are separated by a line break added through Shift and Enter rather than a paragraph break, which is added by just hitting Enter. The sort tool will not work. And they show a picture of it in the article. Sorting a table and then other sorts. So if you use Word and want to sort some things occasionally, you might want to follow the directions in that article. Send your Word-to-Word document to Kindle. If you're a Kindle user, this thing is bouncing all over the place on me. Where'd the one Kindle go? Sorting a table. There we go. You can choose, and it jumped again on me. You can create more dynamic sorts. So let's see, we're back down here. You can choose a more comfortable reading position, handy when reading a long document. So to send your documents to Kindle, open a file menu. I wish it'd stop jumping like that. Click export and then export it to Kindle. Well, I'm having trouble with that, but we'll just look at the article itself. And it does show you in the article, it does give you screen captures and lots of ads, but it'll show you how to do each of these. Open other sorts. You can also dynamic sorts, and you can do some others here. Headings. And send your Word to Kindle. And here's how you would do it. Send document, export to Kindle, and then send it to Kindle. You want to do from export. Let's see what this one is. Well, it's the same thing. You want to read your file like a Kindle book. You can send it, and you can choose like a Kindle book if the document contains simple formatting. This option means you can adjust the font sizes and page layouts and add handwritten sticky notes. Remove extra spaces between words. If you get an article that's got 2 spaces or 3 spaces between words, you can do that. Find and replace. I use that quite a bit. If I want to get rid of the space between paragraphs. Let's see, find and replace. So there's quite a bit on that. Add high quality graphics. So you insert and then stock images, or you can insert from your device. And then you can go to stock images. Duplicate your Microsoft Word window. If you're working on a large document, and it'd be handy to view different pages at the same time. Similarly, you might find it useful to use 2 views at once, like the print layout and the draft view. And this is where Word's new window tool, accessed via the View tab on the ribbon, comes in handy. So you want to view PDF and hit the View button and then New Window. And then there are some remarks from it. Okay, I think my time is about closed. Final comments, Kathleen.
Oh, I was just wondering, no time, I gather, to do 7 calendar hacks?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is there time to do 7 calendar, 7 calendar hacks, which is on your list?
Okay.
You can go into that, Huey.
Okay.
We don't need to start until closer to.
Yeah, and the main meeting, please stay on. Drew is going to talk about portable apps, and I think all of you might be interested in that. So
before you share your screen, I will give you a little promotion.
Okay.
If you can see my screen.
It's pretty funny.
You can thank AI for that, Drew.
Yeah, I've got portable apps ready to go.
Okay.
All right, let me get my screen up
uh,
here. Zoom. Share. Seven calendar hacks to optimize your day in Outlook or Google Calendar. Let's go ahead and do this. Number one, utilize different views. You can have it under day, week, month, year, schedule, 4 days. So you can have different views. I use that quite often in my Google Calendar, so I can see it different ways and see it larger, especially on days that I have several items. I might want to do it by the day or by the week, which makes it bigger. Access other apps and services with a single click. Take advantage of the Google and Microsoft ecosystem. Both Google and Outlook Calendar have flawless integration with productivity tools. As expected, it's packed with the company's apps and services and gives you quick access to essential information without leaving your calendar view. For instance, you can explore Google Keep integration to create new notes, lists, and even audio notes without switching tabs. The sidebar also provides access to your Google contacts to quickly find phone numbers, email addresses, and other details. Let's see if they got any pictures of that. No. Speaking of Outlook, OneNote users can use their latest notes to access meeting details, project plans, or any other relevant information stored in OneNote. So those of you who are using OneNote. There's also a dedicated button for initiating new Microsoft Teams as well. Exploring the art of time blocking. That's for scheduling. Add sports calendar to the Outlook calendar. You can add several calendars. There's sports, Major League Baseball, NFL, TV, NBA, and these are ones that are already somebody else's produced. When you click it, it'll be in your calendar. Access reminders with a single click. Stay on top of your tasks. Google Calendar makes it a breeze to set reminders and manage your tasks. You can create new reminders or access existing ones from the Google Tasks from the sidebar. At any point, you can select Tasks icon and check full-fledged Google Tasks web version. I don't use task managers. I just don't. I'm not that regimented. Explore appointment schedules in Google Calendar and factor in the power of buffer time. Avoid burnout. Let's see. You should never cram your calendar with back-to-back appointments and tasks. Such an approach can backfire badly, leading to stress and ultimately burnout. You need to factor in buffer time as well. It's simply the space you intentionally leave between events or tasks in your computer. In other words, just take it easy, take breaks, and so on when you're using the computer. Okay. This has been the Windows Special Interest Group, or WinSIG, for CFCS and STUG for Sunday, January 11th, 2025. I'm Huey Poplock. Thanks for joining.